there's a wind. All right, today's going to be a little bit different. This intro is actually being shot after the project is done, the old fire station, turning it into my shop. And I had an issue because you'll see right above me here, that's maybe 14 feet in the air. I wanted to build a platform so that I could do the high work I needed to do and then get the plywood up there. Also, I had a knee replaced and ruptured tricep tendon and some other things that had happened. And I wanted to be really careful and make sure I didn't get hurt again. So I decided building the platform, working off of that, and then having a way to lift all of the plywood and the platform up there safely was super important. Let's go back, dive into the video. I'll take you through what I did and then show it in action. So here we go. I'm overlapping these, so I'm going to get just under 13 feet of extension. And then I'm going to plate over the top of this in the bottom. I don't know how much this is going to help. I don't think they're going to be wide enough to do much good. Might do a little bit, but it won't hurt anything, so might as well throw it in there. There we go. What I'm thinking is I may put a 2x6 across down below so it doesn't slide side to side. And then I'm going to have to do something up here. Not sure what that looks like yet, but I'll figure it out. I think that a chain, 3 chains running, one from here, one from there, and a chain from there will give me the lift that I need. Yeah, I think I'm overall in pretty good shape. I'm pausing because I'm thinking about what I'm doing here. Yeah, it's sprinkling a little bit, but not bad. And I want to keep working, so I'm going to. This is really just more to make sure that it doesn't slide side to side too much. Because what I'm concerned about is when this is levering down, that it's going to want to run up to this or tilt. I didn't say that very well. Tilt a little bit. So I'm thinking that if I build something that I can box in here, keep it from tilting this way, and then also if I take this, cut it off, run the chain out, or run it a little higher, run the chain up and then down. That gives me some additional leverage as well. And I kind of like that idea. So let's make that happen. This is very precise. I'm going to say we cut it about right there. And that'll allow me to run one chain over and the other chain's that direction and give me a lot of stability. I like that idea. Stability's good. I'm going to cut this off camera here real quick. Oh, I'm liking this. Yep, this is going to work really well. Oh, I'm not liking this rain very much. I'll run this thing across the front too. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but can't hurt anything. Well, for a while here, thought it was just going to play rain. This is real rain. So I think pretty much after this, I'm finished for now. So yeah, it's raining for real now. And cold enough that I'm not really all that excited about staying out here. Okay, that's the bones of it. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some cross bracing up here, and then I'm going to run the chains from each corner down, and then I'm also going to run a chain up and over here so that that will pick that up. And I'm hoping that works. I'm done getting wet. So for now, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna stay dry. I'm gonna come back out when this rainstorm passes. Now, it appears that the rainstorm has passed. Obviously it's nice out here. So, I'm gonna jump back on this and get a little more done. I was thinking that it probably wouldn't be bad to brace this off. To brace this off, one, it'll help with the cantilever, but if I go both directions, pretty simple to do. And it'll give it a little more strength. Okay. I'd say that'll be pretty well supported. One of the things I'm thinking about here is if I run this cross brace on the bottom, then there will definitely be an angle and there won't be contact on these 4x4s on the whole base of the bucket, and I kind of want that. So what I think I'll do here is I'm going to brace this up. I mean, this is touching, so I think what I'll do is I'll put a brace down and a brace back, and then that will give me the ability to stabilize this and have it stay pretty much where I want inside the bucket, and then I can start pulling the chains and doing those kind of things. Dang, I think we're getting close. I've got this piece of 4x4 here. So I think I'm going to bolt that underneath here. And that'll end up being the cross members, and also come across the top on the chain. Unless I decide to put a bolt all the way through it, which I don't think I will. So for now, I think what I'm going to do, well, no, what I am going to do, I'm going to set this chain up, wrap it around, and then tilt this thing up so that I can get underneath it, put this blocking on it. First test, we're going to tilt it up and see what happens. Yes. Okay, that was exactly what I wanted. So now I'm going to take this. I want to give myself a little room to work with. And I'm going to bolt it right there. Now I can take my chain, loop it around, come back up, and I have my support this way. And then I've got to do my side-to-side support. I'll be honest, I'm not super excited about the way this chain is fitting. It's not as sturdy as I would like, so I'm probably going to do something a little different here, because if I pull this up farther, then this stays down. You probably can't see it, but when I set this up, these right here were on the ground, and that was all the way in the bucket. And I have turnbuckles that I can run up on this. So I think what I'm going to do, because this doesn't need to be double chained, I may just go get some bolts or chain this off, grab a turnbuckle for the back so that I can run this up and down the way I want it. And then I've got that piece of it figured out, and then I can go from basically here to each corner with a chain and turnbuckle, and I have those, and that'll pick it up as well. So I'm gonna go grab some turnbuckles, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Well, I've actually got two cable come-alongs that I didn't know that I forgot that I had. Those will be my side pieces. And then I've got the chain tightener, the ratchet that I'll be able to use on the top, and that should get this thing working. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this down, and hopefully this is what I need. I'm definitely liking this. I mean, that's going to be really bouncy, but I don't think I can do anything about that. Now what I want to do is I want to hook this and then come all the way out. Yes, it's finished. I mean, that's pulling up. Well, it's not finished because I have to put something here to pick with. But for now, I'm going to do a little cleanup, and then I'm going to see how high I can get up on the roof with this. I'll be back in a minute. Let's actually look at what I've done. So, as you'll see here, I've got some braces back here so it can't push back, and then these side braces here, right there, are in line with the bottom of the 4x4s. And then I've got this triangle, got the two 4x4s coming out with the one up here in the middle to help support it, more support here, and then just coming out so that, as you'll see, this thing set up so it can't rack side to side and it can't fall down. And that's an 11,000 pound or 11,300 pound chain. That is not going to collapse. Let's see how well this thing goes up top. Hopefully 13 feet was enough. If not, I'll have to take this apart and get a 12-footer, which I don't want to do. So I'm hoping this works. Man, I don't know. Because I want to build a basket. We'll go out to the sides. I don't know if that's going to work or not. So what do you think? I mean, it's pretty high. The problem I'm running into is that as this comes up, it really affects the balance of the whole tractor, and it wants to tip over backwards. So, I don't know, maybe if I get some weight up there, that it'll be okay. But if I were to swap, whoop, a little bit windy. Yep. So, if I were to swap this out with a 12-footer or a 14-footer, which wouldn't be super hard, that might actually be a little bit better. And I'm going to think about this. Plus, I've got to build scaffolding, and I can build the scaffolding with this. So I'm going to turn off the camera. Got some thinking to do. I've got to find some more material, and or I've got to find something on the chain, and then I'll be back. Yesterday I showed you the Franken crane, the boom crane, and last night I tested it, and you'll see here that it only went to here. Now I could get that up above. The ridge there, but it was pretty shaky. So I ended up going and buying a 4x6 12-footer. Added that on, lengthened the chains. I did that, and also I've been wanting to, have more than just a static end. So yesterday I bought a little ATV winch, and so now I've got that to be able to lift things up. I don't know if you can see it in the shadow. Here it is on the other side, and the cable. It's really kind of cool, a little unit. It has a remote, so I'll be able to get the Franken crane set where I want, and then winch things up. It won't handle a lot of weight because it's so far out there, but it'll do what I need it to do. So I've got the straps to put on. I've got to get the wiring done. So I'm going to set the camera up and just get to work and let the camera run. What I've done here is I've taken a short piece of chain with a heavy duty carabiner, and I'm going to hook that over the chain hook over here, and then I'm going to put straps on. Okay, it works. It'll go high enough. I can get up on the roof. That's a win. Okay, that's absolutely a huge win there. That this thing will go more than high enough, and by extending it, I know it's a little hinky and it's a Franken crane, but what it did was, before I couldn't see what I was doing. Now, because it's extended so much farther, I can actually see what's happening up above me. And this winch has a wireless remote, so I can pick something up. I can move, I can raise the decking up and move it around, and then actually set it down on the scaffolding that I'm going to build. So Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working and getting the wiring done for the winch. And once I get that finished and I get it wired up, then I'm ready to go. And this is going to be redneck wiring. I mean, like super redneck wiring. I'm about 30 feet from the winch to the battery. And basically I'm just going to run jumper cables up and duct tape them, and because it's not a ton of work to do. So I'm just going to do some redneck wiring, get it to work, and that'll be good enough. So I'll show you that, but I got to go grab a couple of things. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes after I grab some stuff to do the wiring, and hopefully that'll go really quick. That's what I'm hoping. Be back. All right, there we go, pulled it up. So now, let's see if it'll pull some weight. As I grab the 20-foot length of 1/2-inch chain, put it back into the chain. So 20 feet and 1/2 probably weighs about 70 pounds. So let's see if it'll pick it up. Oh, here we go. Try this again. I'm going to get in the backhoe and I'm going to try running it up to the height where I would need this to go. And this is probably more weight than I would normally carry, but I want to try. I may have just done something really bad during my testing. I don't know if you can see it, but it got twisted around the wiring here. And now it doesn't look like it wants to come back out. So let's see if I can get it to free up. I don't think I can. So basically what happened was I was on a little bit of an angle and it rolled everything over here, and I saw it happening, but I didn't think about it. I didn't think about what it would do as far as locking this into place. So let me turn the camera off, try to figure out how to fix this, but I will say this, overall I'm really happy with this. This I'll be able to fix. All right, I got this fixed. So I'm going to need to do something here on this end to I'm going to put a plate or something in there. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I need to do something that keeps this from being able to jump in there. There's a fair lead in there that I'm guessing if I fit it down in here, it will keep it out of these edges, but I'm going to figure out how to do that. But with that said, I'm going to call the crane a win. I'm going to call this finished with just this one minor little thing. but the Franken crane is done. So let's do a quick walk around here. Hold on a second. So you can see I've got the controls there. That's the remote. That's about 80 pounds, which the sheet of OSB is about 40 pounds. That chain on the top is really what's that's holding the end, and that's holding that really well. The straps aren't even that tight. Then we got a little Redneck engineering going on the wiring, and that works really well. Let me come around the other side here. Now, like I say, I think I'm about 16 feet out. From there, no, because this 4x6 is 12 feet. And yeah, I'm probably 18 feet out. So you can see where I came in, and I've just clamped onto this here on my wiring, little Redneck wiring. My cable's there. You can see how I've gone through this here. Once again, these are not very tight. And then this just comes around and hooks there, and that hooks on the chain. I've got extra cable here. A little more Redneck engineering. I got the cabling running on the inside. And then it runs down and into the battery. So I gotta say, as a whole, this is a huge win. You saw that I got the bucket, the chain bucket, about 70 pounds. I got it all the way over the roof, which I could have gone higher, but I didn't want to. Yeah, I would say that this is a win. I'm happy, and now I can start working on building the scaffolding around the house, or around the old fire station, and do that without have to worrying about lifting anything heavy 20 feet in the air. Okay, so now I'm just going to hook this around and see if it works. This is a bit of insanity, but I like this kind of insanity. This is exactly why I built this, so let's see if it'll work. All right, this may actually work. That actually swung in there better than I expected it to. There we go. Yes! Oh, I will take that. I will take that all day long. Now I'm going to put the ladder up there. I'm going to unhook it, and then I'm going to hook it down below here, pull it up into place, and we'll see how it goes. My guess is there might be some comments about me being a little overprotective, but I want to tell you, I absolutely cannot afford another injury, and this will keep me safe. Now you see why I wanted to have the what do I want to say, the boom. Dang, that is a win. This is working just like I wanted it to. I tell you, I'm really excited about this because this gets me really close to being able to start putting the roof decking on, and I'm excited about that. Okay, well there you have it. Now you've seen how I built the Franken crane. You've seen it in action. So tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what you would have done differently, how you would have improved it, and even how you might use it on one of your projects. I can tell you for a fact that one of the changes that I did end up making afterwards was I moved the winch down and then put an eye hook with a pulley, because the material swings back and forth. And because I was winding directly into the winch, it was messing it up, and I had a lot of snags, and I spent a lot of time trying to get that cable cleared out. Now that I look back, it's like, well, that's obvious. Why didn't I think of it? But I didn't. So that would be a change I would make. Tell me what you would do. If you're so inclined, I would appreciate it if you'd hit that like and subscribe button so you see what's coming next. If you want to see more about the fire station, there will be a link coming up over here that'll be to the playlist. Over here will be a link to one of my other videos so that you can see what else is going on. There's a lot of really cool projects happening. One that's coming is skid steer. Also turning that into the living quarters on an expedition vehicle. So don't know when you're seeing this. Those videos may be out. They may be coming, but stay tuned. There's a lot happening. I appreciate your time. Remember, don't be afraid to go out, try something new, and get your hands dirty. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.